Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you and welcome to. Please let me know if you can properly hear me and see me. Good to go? So first of all, so sorry I wasn't available at 8 p.m. So the class got postponed to 9 p.m. But I hope you people are all ready here to take ahead this class. Those who don't know me, I'm Niharika John Mehra, your faculty of English, and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years. You have most of my classes here, they are absolutely free. So आप लोग आओ regularly classes attend करो. We have classes, practice classes at 1:30 p.m. daily. On this channel, we have class on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently covering EPFO, and 8 p.m. we have classes here, which are daily editorial classes. So what do? We skim, we learn how to skim, we learn vocabulary, we practice grammar. So it's a high dose session for all of you, okay? And I want you people to pay attention from the beginning till the end. This is what you have to मेक श्योर दैट यू एटलीस्ट अटेंड इन अ डे. अगर कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, ये लेसन कर लोगे तो काम हो जाएगा बहुत कुछ. ओके, नॉट एवरीथिंग बट येस, अप टू अ लार्ज extent काम हो जाएगा. And we have other classes also where we are practicing topics like RC's, error, close test, filler, etc. CGB IBPS hub, IBPS hub. तो वहाँ पर भी आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हो. Now जल्दी से लाइक और शेयर कर दो सेशन को so we can get going. You will be going with skimming first, okay? So जिनको नहीं पता skimming क्या होती है, you need to take a mental picture of what is written in front of you. आपको word by word नहीं पढ़ना है. You don't need to translate, you don't need to do lip sync, you don't need to get stuck with the pronunciation of each and every word. The purpose is कि आपको समझ में आ जाए main message क्या है. What are the highlights of the article? This is the editorial taken from the Hindu newspaper. Okay, usually language जो exam में पूछी जाती है, it is very much similar to these articles, and that's why we prefer taking articles from these newspaper editorial section one, because they are opinions. You also learn framing a structure or making a structure based on a topic, which is very important for you and helpful for you for your essay writing and all. थोड़ा सा कंटेंट भी आपको मिल जाता है ना. सो जस्ट लाइक आप किसी एडवर्टिजमेंट को पढ़ते हो ना, फटाक से पढ़ लेते हो. योर आईज नो विच आर द वर्ड्स. कितना परसेंट डिस्काउंट है, डिस्काउंट वर्ड हाईलाइट हो जाएगा, सेल वर्ड हाईलाइट हो जाएगा. सो कीप प्रैक्टिसिंग स्किमिंग विथ मी. That's how you will be trained. Your mind will be trained to focus on the important words, and in one look you will know कि ठीक है, ये हमको पढ़ना है, इसका मतलब ये है, अब आगे बढ़ो. That's what we want. Okay, so be regular. 2.5 minutes I'm going to give, so you now will skim this passage with me. Okay, आप लोगों को रफ रीडिंग देना है, सिंपल भाषा में बोलूँ तो, and please start doing it now. Once you are done, in 2 lines, let me know what is the summary of this article. If you can summarize it in 2 lines, what would be it? आपको यहाँ मैसेज करना है. अभी आप पढ़ना शुरू करें. All of you watching live session taking benefit from this, make sure to like and share. In 2 lines, your summary of this article I want it here in the chat. I'll explain. Trumpeting claims. Okay, so this is the verb form that has originated from the word trumpet. आपने तुरही बोलते हैं हिंदी में. It's like it's a musical instrument basically. तो ट्रम्पेट शादियों में भी बजते हैं, आपने देखा होगा. ओके, now trumpeting claims. Now anything which is trumpeting is boasting, बहुत जोर से गा बजा कर बताने वाली. So these are the boasting claims on the US president's claims India and Pakistan को लेकर. Donald Trump's exaggerated claims, बड़ा चढ़ाकर बताया जाना. Something when we talk about and explain and share with other people, in a way it was, in a way we portray it much more than what actually happened. So that kind of claims undermine India's Kashmir policy. So the claims are undermining Kashmir policy. What is it? For the fifth time in as many days, the US president has claimed credit for bringing India and Pakistan back from nuclear conflict. Now, this is now the fifth time happening. US president has been claiming that it is him and his team that has brought back the two nations from nuclear conflict by mediating ceasefire agreement. A claim that is puzzling and problematic. So author is saying we are not sure of this claim. It is creating problem. Now it is confusing. The claim of mediation has been rebutted by the Ministry of External Affairs. Rebutted means refuted, mana karna, okay, deny karna. So this claim was denied by MEA unofficially and more formally several times. Of course, not officially, but unofficially, and at not just one time, but at many points of time, they have refuted, rebutted, with officials giving a timeline of how the talks had been held directly between DGMO on a hotline after the Pakistani DGMO proposed a stop to hostilities 3 days after Operation Sindoor began, and India acceded to the request. Long sentence है, let me break it down for you. So, claim को मना करा गया, deny करा गया unofficially, and officials, they showed based on what they are refusing that the timeline shows that directly two DGMOs spoke to each other, where Pakistani DGMO proposed that we should stop the violence, stop hostilities, and 3 days after this happened, 3 days after Operation Sindoor started, and India agreed. Accede means agreed to the request. This is how officials are saying it happened. The government has said the Pakistan's request came after it received a jolt over the India's strikes on Pakistani bases. So there was a jolt, jhatka laga tha unhe when India strike, when we saw there was India strikes on the Pakistani air bases and all, military bases and all. It has also said that many countries, उसने भी कहा है, like other countries, the US was engaged with the situation, and officials including PM Modi, External Affairs Minister and National Security Advisor had kept them apprised of India's position. India की position भी उनको पता चलती रही थी. Mr. Trump's assertions here, his statements backed by his admin, Trump's admin, have been a cause of obvious outrage in Delhi. Now, in Delhi, of course, the center is outraged because of these statements as they violate India's long stated principle. Because long stated principle, it has been for a long time that we are not accepting third party mediation on bilateral issues. Bilateral issues means only two parties are involved, especially it is Pakistan, India. So as of now, till now, India has been following the principle to not allow a third party to negotiate between them. So they are now outraged because they think this principle has been violated. His other comments, now Trump's other comments, including an offer to mediate to resolve the Kashmir dispute and the equivalence he draws between India Pak. The other things, first thing, he has an offer to negotiate, to mediate, to come up with a solution over Kashmir dispute, and the equivalence he draws between, he's saying India Pakistan keeping in equal balance and weighing also go against India's previously well respected policies against internationalization of an internal issue. These things are internal issue. Kashmir disputes, it is an internal issue with Pakistan that we have. And the policies till now have been that we won't internationalize this thing. So when Trump is claiming, commenting, it is going against this. And the hyphenation with Pakistan. Hyphenate karna is जोड़ना किसी को किसी के साथ, keeping two things, two states, two companies, any two things in the same bracket, okay, same standard, which we don't want. Moreover, the MEA spokesperson has clearly, categorically denied that any trade related issues were discussed between Indian and US interlocutors. Okay, so these delegates from the US and India, now we see that the spokesperson has clearly said that no trade related issues were discussed. Even Mr. Trump has repeated he had prevailed on India Pakistan to put aside their nuclear missiles by threatening to stop trade with them if they did not. So, what Mr. Trump is saying that not directly, but in a way, he has said that we will stop doing trade with you, both countries, and that's why you have to put aside nuclear missiles as an option, promising to enhance trades if they did. And then he's saying that if it's like a parent solving two brothers fighting with each other, something like that. So it is portrayed that way. So now, if they promise to keep away nuclear attack and keep away from that, then they can enhance trade ties with US. This is what Mr. Trump has been claiming. That Mr. Trump has not once referred to India's core concerns on terrorism. Till now, he has not spoken on the main issue of terrorism. It was not about overtaking anything or doing things, but it was about terrorism. Appeared to swallow the Pakistani narrative on a nuclear war. So, if this is not the concern that is related to terrorism, then Pakistani narrative, Pakistani story on a nuclear war has no value. And even suggested a dinner between Mr. Modi and Pakistan PM Shehbaz Sharif. This trivializes the serious nature of the rupture between Delhi and Islamabad. So, because Mr. Trump's statements, they are somehow putting India Pakistan together, same, just like each other, talking about a so-called dinner, quotation mark matlab ki it is sarcastic, dinner between the two PMs. It is making the serious nature small of what happened between Delhi and Islamabad. New Delhi must also analyze what lies behind Mr. Trump's obvious shift. So, New Delhi means our government should also think about, should analyze why he is shifting this way from the camaraderie on display. Camaraderie is a fellow person, it's companionship, to on display with Mr. Modi just months ago. Are the comments explained as simply Trump being Trump? Is it just he's like that, that's why he's doing it? Or is he sending a more considered message on the US policy of the region? Or is he more serious about how the US is going to behave? The extent of China Pakistan political military cooperation may also have caused some alarm. Till what we all know that China was supporting Pakistan. So the extent of their cooperation may also have caused some alarm in the US. Okay, so US might be thinking like China is a big power. If it is supporting Pakistan, then US has to say something. India must make it clear. Now, author is suggesting something. India must make it clear that its battle against cross-border terrorism from Pakistan, The battle against cross-border terrorism cannot be brushed aside. That means cannot be kept aside by any country. They cannot just think of their own profit and let the terrorism part be away from the conversation, especially if it is one of the India's closest partners and co-founder of the Quad. The US president's statements have not just challenged India's narrative. So, the way the US president has been commenting and his statements are out, they are challenging, first of all, India's narrative, India's story, our stand on fighting terrorism or policy principles, but also question New Delhi's credibility. अब इसमें हमारी, in the sense how transparent, how credible we are, that is also being questioned. And some tough messaging will be required to clear the air. Clear the air means to make things clear convincingly on the issue that what exactly happened. Was it the US who did everything? Or it was just between whatever happened between, it was between India and Pakistan. So that's what the passage is all about. Let's quickly see some vocabulary and then it will be your turn to give me some answers related to grammar. Trumpeting, as I told you, trumpet as a verb का ing form है. जोर जोर से प्रचार करना. Proclaiming loudly, touting, boasting, proclaiming something in a manner everyone gets to hear it. Rebut is to deny, to say no, to contradict, say something opposite to what is said. Hyphenation is linking or coupling. So whenever hyphenate as a verb or hyphenation as a noun is used, it is putting two things to, especially in this case, two states, two nations together. एक साथ जोड़ना, जैसे भारत वैसे ही पाक. Okay. Categorically means स्पष्ट रूप से, clearly, unequivocally, in a firm and clear-cut manner. This is and this is how it is. Interlocutor, Vartaka, they are the mediator, negotiator, they are the envoys presenting the countries in diplomatic talks. Trivialize is to diminish, downplay, belittle something or someone, value कम कर देना किसी चीज की. Okay, if something is important, trivializing is the opposite of it. Rupture is a breakdown, a breach, something that will leave the other thing, other person, other state in a shattered stage. Okay, so camaraderie is fellowship, companionship with someone, mitrata, formal friendship. Easy language में समझना हो तो it is more of a formal friendship. Credibility is trustworthiness. If we know for sure if somebody is being true or not. Prevail on is to persuade, to convince. अपना मनवाना, अपनी बात मनवाना, to make someone agree with us. Okay. There is a rule that I will start with explaining you, making you remember. Whenever you have an ordinal number like this, okay, you have a noun, and for that noun you are using an ordinal number, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 100th ordinal number, ranking wale. You have to make sure to use the as an article before it. Okay, so the first time, the 20th time, whatever it is. Okay. Part of speech of this word. Is an easy one. It is an cardinal and ordinal. Okay. So several is an adjective. Cardinal numbers are numbers written just like we learn them, right? 1, 2, likewise. They are the numberings. But whenever we rank, when we want to talk about the sequence, okay, I received the second prize. Okay, so this is the sequence: first, second, third, last. Those are ordinal numbers and those are the ones they take the with them if the noun is after them. Okay. Mm, subject, subject and verb agreement of this sentence. What is the main subject and main verb? Also for the next sentence. For both the sentence, this one and after this, the sentence goes to. I want you to give me main subject and main verb. Camaraderie, camaraderie भी बोला जाता है. Both the sentences. For the first sentence, Mr. Trump's assertions, this is your subject, backed by whomsoever have been. Assertions plural है तो have आया है. Okay? Yes. For the second one, his other comments, that's my noun, including whatsoever doesn't matter, including dispute and the equivalence, they go against India's well respected policies. Okay? So go is the main verb. It is in agreement to the subject comments, okay, which is plural. Part of speech, encircled word, part of speech. It is an adverb. Put where, you know, to put where, put aside. Aside is talking about, it is helping us to know more about the verb, and that's how I know it is an adverb. Subject and verb of the marked statement. So I have earlier taught this, but then if your sentence starts with that, okay, in sometimes it can also start with what. but it is not a question. So any fragment जो that के साथ attach होगा, it is gonna just be there to support that. And this is the reason whenever we use this that, we make sure our verb is in agreement to a singular subject. In this case, it was past tense, so we didn't need to think a lot here, but you should know this. That Mr. Trump has not once referred that ye wali baat, that this thing happened, appeared to swallow. Appeared is the main verb, and that is actually the subject here. Okay? Because Mr. Trump के लिए तो has आ गया है, but that is not the first thing that I get in a sentence. ये है बात की, Mr. Trump ऐसा ऐसा करे, ये बात ऐसी है वैसी है. This is the context of it, if you understand him. So summary goes like this. The tone, first of all, is critical. We can see the urgentness, we can see criticism of US President, that author has criticized him. Defensive of our interest, diplomatic because everything is happening in the world of diplomacy. So the editorial criticizes Mr. Donald Trump for repeatedly claiming credit for mediating ceasefire between India and Pak. India's Ministry of External Affairs has strongly rebutted these assertions. They have denied, emphasizing that ceasefire emerged from direct communication between DGMOs and not via anyone's intervention. We can also see that India, the center, the state, New Delhi is not happy with what Trump has been saying. So, Trump's repeated claims, including offers to mediate on Kashmir, threats to suspend trade, proposals to do something, all these things undermine India's position of rejecting third party involvement. Because we have always said we don't need third party to solve bilateral issues. These statements risk internationalizing the Kashmir issue and equating India with Pakistan. Because if there is a third person like Mr. Trump saying something, claiming something, it will be troublesome for us. The editorial also calls on India, it demands to assertively communicate its displeasure to the US. India should talk about it. India should mention that we are not happy with how things are being portrayed and clarify its firm stance on cross-border terrorism and sovereign diplomacy. That sovereign diplomacy, that we have the right, we are going to do what is required to be done. Answer. Answer is no doubt D. So we can see here they are diplomatically. First, the question: the editorial's primary concern with the claims regarding May ceasefire, 10 ceasefire. Thank you. They are diplomatically beneficial to Henny. Otherwise, why it is a concern? Ignoring, no. Reflecting, evolving foreign policy, no. Undermining our stand on rejection of third party mediation. ये तो बहुत बार मैंने ही आपको लर्न करा है. Answer is C. Why does editorial mention hyphenation in a negative context? Because it falsely equates India's action with Pakistan's, its actions in global discourse. They are not the same. Answer to this one is C again. According to editorial, what does MEA's rejection signify? India's insistence on bilateral autonomy and sovereignty in conflict resolution. This is what we can see that MEA is because of this reason MEA is rejecting what Trump is saying, his comments, his statements. ध्यान से पढ़ना, okay? Please read this carefully before you answer. Make sure to like and share, guys. So, what rhetorical tactic does the editorial suggest Trump is using? So, what tactic Trump is using by referencing dinner diplomacy and trade threats? So we saw that we read that Trump has mentioned that both PMs are gonna have dinner, and if if they go ahead with nuclear, then Trump would stop trade and they would be rewarded if they listen to Trump. So this is the answer here is D, personal branding through trivialization. So this is the kind of storyline, this is the kind of narrative that's being set. This is an important vocab you should learn, a real politic. Okay, this is actually, I think it's German term or something. It basically means realistic politics, where politics is not based on what is good for someone, moral standard, ethics. It is simply based on realistic things, materialistic things, practical, being very practical. So real politics बोलते हैं. The answer to this one is C. What political potential geopolitical factor may be influencing Trump's shift in its stance? Strengthening China Pakistan cooperation. It was again clearly mentioned in the passage. Okay? Yeah? I hope this is clear. You mean conciliatory? Is that the doubt? A conciliatory phase? Conciliation is to appease someone, placate. Answer is A. The MEA spokesperson categorically clearly denied that any issues were discussed between Indian US interlocutors because अलग-अलग country के हैं तो अलग-अलग होंगे, despite Trump's claims to the contrary. Okay, so answer no error है. This should be easy. Answer is C. President Trump's repeated references to ceasefire mediation. Okay. Now repeated references. Yeah. Okay. पहले तो B आएगा. यहाँ पे have मैंने दो mistake कर दी. Okay. So Trump's references have not only undermined the India's diplomatic narrative but also trivialized. तो यहाँ पे अगर आप B आंसर दोगे मैं तो भी मान लूंगी एंड C आंसर दोगे तो भी मान लूंगी. इट इज माई टाइपो मिस्टेक. ट्रिविलाइज नहीं आएगा, ट्रिविलाइजर से ट्रिविलाइज्ड आता बिकॉज वी हैव टू मेंटेन द पैरेललिज्म. बोनस मार्क मिल गया आपको. थर्ड वन. Third one answer is D. This is super easy. India's refusal to accept what external mediation on issues. India है तो it deems internal. India's refusal stems from subject verb, its consistent position, and a lack of confidence in foreign arbiters. Confidence in someone, having confidence or having no confidence in someone कहा जाता है. So here on गलत था, in आना था. You have confidence in your teacher. Do you have confidence in yourself, not on yourself? There is B, very, very easy. The offer 2 plus V1 facilitate dialogue between is used with and. Despite clear signals of rejection, offer seems subject verb agreement. Either takes or. Nor नहीं लेता है. Either goes with or. Either oblivious to someone, something, oblivious to protocol, or a provocation by someone. That's right. Answer is C. While India's core concerns on what terrorism remain subject verb agreement unaddressed, the editorial suggests that New Delhi must not let its autonomy be diluted. Okay, not diluted because यहाँ पे किसी के द्वारा dilute करी जा रही है. It will be in a state and hence be plus adjective will be used. So it's must not let को be के साथ use करते हैं ना. Let him be whatever. Let it be clear. Similarly, must not let autonomy be diluted. Okay, I hope things are clear to you. So that was it for today's editorial. I'm gonna meet you tomorrow now with another set of practice and another editorial. Till then, take care, sleep well, sleep tight, and have sweet dreams. Bye bye, take care, and don't forget to like and share in case you haven't.